Today I'm speaking to para-athletes Thomas Borg and Julian Bayada. First of all, good morning and thank you very much for joining us today.
Morning. Thank you
for having us.
It's a pleasure, a pleasure. So let's start off a little bit with your background, with your athletic career. Thomas, let's start off with you. First of all, Thomas or Tom, what do you prefer?
It doesn't make a difference. Thomas is fine.
All right, very good. So I'm going to call you Tom. Tom, tell us a little bit about your career, when you first started, what are your inspirations and that kind of thing.
So I started my athletic journey when I was around 3 or 4 years old. My parents started me with a football club, with Malta Football Club. I spent around 12, 13 years playing with the club. Then during the same time of football, I also participated in judo. I competed in Malta. I played handball. I did some swimming and some athletics before I've taken them up as a para sport. And then obviously after football, I moved on to swimming. That was the start of my para athletic journey, and then moving on to para athletics.
I read in your bio that you have worn a prosthetic before, but not for very long. And you managed to do everything, including swimming, without it. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes. For me, I was born like this. I was born with an amputated right hand from birth. So it wasn't an issue that I had 2 hands before, and I had to get used to things from the very beginning. I don't know any better than having 1.5 hands. So having an extra addition to my limb felt strange, and it's like holding a stick out of your hand, and you have to do everything just a bit further. It's like wearing a shoe size a bit bigger. It's not very comfortable, and if you're not used to that kind of flexibility and that kind of like a range of motion, it's very strange to get used to it years later. Mm-hmm. When you've already tried to accomplish everything with what I have.
Okay, understood.
In fact, I have it over here.
But
I don't use it much. It's not very comfortable.
Okay, all right, brilliant. Thank you, Tom. Julian, let's go on to you. Can you tell us a little bit of your journey as a para-athlete? How did it start and where it's going?
Yeah, sure. So funnily enough, it actually started a bit late in the days, I would say. So today I'm 27 years old, and I would say I got into competitive para sport and quite a serious level around 10 years ago. And the reason for that actually is, similar to Thomas, I was born with 1 hand, but beyond that, I also had quite a number of complications in my legs, and that meant really that up until the age of around 15, I was basically toing and froing to London to have major operations over there. So it was very much on and off, in the sense that I spent quite some time on a wheelchair, learning to walk again, going to the ropes, and always starting from scratch. So sports, unfortunately, at the time wasn't something as much as I wished to do it, and there was yearned to be an athlete just like my friends. I couldn't at the time. However, that said, thank God things went well from terms of the operations. I had one to go, and slowly around the age of 15, 16, I started, as part of the rehab program, I started trying out, one-to-one sessions with a coach and learning how to run and play football and do gym work. And from there, and funny enough, it's only when I got to university. So when I got to university, I got this amazing opportunity to start para swimming. And that's where it all kicked off. So from then on, at first it was just trying things out, but I fell in love with the sport so much, basically, that it became a daily thing, it became a competitive thing. And since then, so the past 7-8 years, I've been taking Paralympic sport very seriously. Besides swimming, I'm glad to say I've tried other sports, athletics, indoor rowing, a lot of gym work, obstacle races. I think I've tried a bit of everything. So it's always nice to keep it varied. And like Thomas was saying, it's for me, it's a way of finding a way to do it. So at first you might think, okay, how am I going to do an obstacle race with one hand and legs which aren't very flexible, or I don't have, certain control over how can I do that? So it's just about trying it out, and that's the mentality I've tried to apply in every sport of training.
I'm sure you hear this often, but guys, you're a real inspiration, honestly. I mean, you've beaten the odds and you're doing so well, and it's culminated in something amazing because you are off to the Paralympics in Tokyo. How exciting is it? Let's start off with Thomas. I mean, it must be something that is really, first of all, you must be very sort of satisfied that you're getting there. But okay, let's talk butterflies in the stomach. How excited are you?
So now, the closer we get, the more the excitement starts increasing. Over here, I have my sticky notes. I remove one every day. I need to remove the ones coming up for my races, so I keep track of how far the races are. Yes, I mean, the nerves are high, but obviously it's something I'm used to because I've competed in the European Championships in June, and I've competed in the World Championships in swimming. So the experience of a high level event and like the nerves of people watching, cameras, everything very professional with the call room, and it's things you have to get used to. Obviously, the first time was very tough, and now it's a bit easier. So the nerves aren't as high as they were. Although this is the biggest event of my life, so yes, no, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward and hoping for the best.
Fantastic. Thank you. What about you, Julian? Are you like getting more and more excited?
Yeah, so actually my role will be a bit different this time in the sense that I'll be there as head of delegation. So besides being an athlete myself, I'm also the Secretary General of the Malta Paralympic Committee. And the reason why is because I've benefited so much from Paralympic sport that I wanted to give back and try grow the local community. So yes, I'm equally excited, but I know the responsibility which comes with it as chef de mission, the guy behind the scenes who's been doing all the preparations. And I think the message I want to put across is that we're basically trying our best to have everything in order and run smoothly, so the athletes are at rest, and they can get rest in terms of their mindset. Everything is set for them, and we'll take it day by day. It's going to be quite a different Paralympic Games in terms of COVID restrictions and whatnot, and that in itself has presented many challenges, both from preparing beforehand and what we know we're going to have to expect during. In fact, as we count down, we've got a number of procedures to go through. So that's quite an intense preparation from that perspective. But ultimately, the games are a huge celebration of, to me at least, what the human body can do. You're going to see some amazing athletes, including Maltese athletes, who they may have half a body or even less than half a body, but I think you're going to be blown away by what it's. Again, every edition shows just how far the human body can go. And for me, that is what the Paralympic Games are all about. You've got the competitive aspect, but also this reminder every 4 years that listen, I don't think there's anything which you can't do when it comes from,
it's exactly
physical perspective.
A reminder of how remarkable you all are. That's amazing. Okay, now everyone who's goes up to the Olympics, goes up to Paralympics, they have the collaborations as well. And I know that you are collaborating with Hudson, and we are going to talk about very quickly this amazing shoe. Before we started filming, I was talking to Thomas, and he showed me this Nike Flies, which he's going to show us again, and which really helps you both. Because let me leave it up to Thomas to explain. Actually, so there it is. So what does this shoe do?
Basically, it's a laceless shoe. So the shoe doesn't have laces, as you can see. Basically, you slide your foot in, and the shoe closes in itself. So your foot goes inside, and it tightens around it. This is like really practical for me. I mean, I can tie laces, but it takes me quite a long time to, and I can't really tie them so tight because I can't hold the knots as strong. But yes, I found them really practical. They're really comfortable, and obviously the practicality is what I look forward to when I shoe.
And even when you take it off, there's a lever thingy at the back, correct?
Exactly.
And
So then you hold the heel tab, and it pushes up, and the shoes are back open.
yeah, because it's something we might not think about, but of course for ease and for practicality, something so small in inverted commas can make a difference to both of you. Julian, I know you're wearing yours, so I won't ask you to show them.
Yes,
But
I've been wearing them since I got them, and I haven't taken them off really. No, I think the name of the shoe lives up to its name, so it really is easy. And someone like myself with one hand finds it extremely comfortable to put on and off. I mean, like Thomas was saying, I don't know how many times I learned to tie shoelace when I was very young. Fair enough, but I don't know how many times they come off and I topple over and whatnot. So it's actually from that perspective really good for athletes like us, but also they're extremely comfortable and multifunction. So it's not like a competition shoe. It can be used for anything really, for every day. And the other day I was actually thinking about it. It's probably not only good for athletes like ourselves who might have a physical disability, upper body, lower body, but maybe even like older age or younger age, because it's just slip-on. It's as easy as a slip-on basically. So yeah, I'm seeing something like this going forward. We'll definitely be seeing more
yes,
of it. That's from experience.
The future of the shoe.
I think so.
Right, guys, thank you so much for giving up your time. I'll let you go, but not before I wish you the very, very best of luck. Keep us informed about how it goes, and just a big well done from all of us.